Hello, everybody. Welcome to the lecture series on production and costs. And I'm Shrutika, Assistant Professor at SNSP Spine. This particular video is on theory of production. So, why is it important to study production? The theory of production explains how inputs, which are the factors of production, are converted into outputs, which are nothing but goods and services. So, this theory helps us in understanding efficiency, cost minimization, and profit maximization. So through the theory of production, we'll be able to get an understanding of how efficient the production process is, or how to make the process more efficient, how to minimize costs, and how to maximize profit. So the theory of production has application in business decision making, economic planning, and resource allocation. So before understanding the theory of production, it's very important to understand the input factors, which are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Land refers to the natural resources which are used in production, namely minerals, water, arable land, etc. Labor refers to human effort, skills, and expertise. Capital refers to tools, machinery, buildings, and technology. Capital refers to tools, machinery, buildings, and technology. Entrepreneurship refers to leadership and risk taking in organizing overall production. So, the theory of production goes by the following definition. It's the relationship between input and output. Production or output Q is a direct function of labor and capital. Q is a function of L, K, where Q is the output, L is labor, and K is capital. So there are two types of production functions. One is the short-run production function, where at least one input is fixed, and the other is long-run production function, where all the inputs are variable. So the law of diminishing marginal returns states that as more of one input is added, keeping others constant, the output will start to increase at a diminishing rate, which means in the beginning, the output might increase at a very increasing rate, after which the rate of increase will decrease. And then in the phase 3, the output would itself start to decrease. So there's increasing return followed by diminishing return, which is the optimal stage. This diminishing return or optimal stage is closely followed by negative returns. In the theories of production, it's also important to understand isoquants and isocosts with respect to long-run production. So isoquants are curves representing combination of inputs that produce the same level of output. So it's isoquants are purely about the level of level of output. The output level being the same. The isoquant represents combination of inputs. On the other hand, isocosts are lines that represent combination of inputs that are of the same cost. So any input that incurs the same cost fall under the isocost curve. So optimal production is achieved when an isoquant touches the isocost line. So only when the isoquant and isocost line intersect, that point is said to have an optimal production. So cost advantages as a firm increases production. So what are the cost advantages that a firm acquires out of increasing production? So these are of three major types: internal economies, external economies, and diseconomies of scale. So the economies of scale fall into three major categories: internal economies, external economies, and diseconomies of scale. Internal economies of scale refers to specialization, bulk purchasing, and technological innovation that happen inside the organization and contribute to the overall cost advantage. While external economies refers to benefits from industry growth like better infrastructure, better government policies, better investments, etc., that happen outside the organization but contribute to the overall cost advantage. The third category are diseconomies of scale, which refers to the rise in cost, that is cost disadvantage due to inefficiency or overproduction. So the technological process in production, technology has a significant impact on production. Technology enhances the overall productivity and efficiency. So the impact that technology has, or the progress of technology in production, can be put into three broad categories. The first is neutral, where output increases with the same input ratio. How much the input increases, the same increase is there with the output as well. The second is labor saving. So this particular progress substitutes labor with capital. The third is capital saving, where there's a substitution of capital with labor. So the major advantages of production theory are with respect to businesses. This theory gives us an insight into cost minimization, resource allocation, and profit maximization. With agriculture, this theory enunciates on optimal use of land, labor, and capital. As far as public policy is concerned, the theory's focus is on economic growth and sustainability planning. In conclusion, the theory of production provides insights into efficient resource use and output maximization. On a future outlook, it's important that we integrate AI, automation, and sustainable practices in production. Efficiency is doing better of what is already being done. So only when we improve what we are already doing, we'll be able to grow on the overall level, as Peter Drucker said. So I hope this video was of help to you in understanding the theory of production. I'll catch you soon with another interesting content. Thank you.